welcome back. Or if you're new, hi, welcome. In today's video, I wanted to introduce you to someone. Come here, puppy. Oh dear, he's very sleepy. We're off to a good start. Hello. Hello. This little man right here is Thorn, and he is our 10-week-old English Mastiff puppy. You heard that right. He's a baby. So let's talk about how Thorn came to be. When Sam and I moved, we knew we wanted to get a dog ASAP. We both really love animals, we both really want lots of animals. So we got in contact with someone from the Old English Mastiff Association, and we basically said we wanted an English Mastiff. We explained our living situation, we told them about our lifestyle, how I work from home. We basically just got our names put on a wait list for an English Mastiff puppy. While we were on our honeymoon, the lady contacted us saying that there was 2 litter of puppies from the same breeder and they were ready to go, basically. We could view them as soon as we got back from our honeymoon, so yes, big yawn. So the day we got back from our honeymoon was the day we viewed this little fella and his cousin. The breeder we got him from was a proper certified breeder. It wasn't like a home breeder. She went through all the right channels. She had like a license from the council, and her whole life basically revolved around these dogs. She'd been breeding them from a very early age, basically. She'd been breeding them her whole life. We were allowed to play with the 2 puppies, get to know them a little bit, and this was the one we chose. Why did we choose you? You were such a little gremlin, aren't you? Oh, big boy. Oh, such a baby. Oh, my son. I think it was 3 or 4 days after we got back from our honeymoon, we officially picked him up, took him home. We've had him now for just under 2 weeks and he's been really, really good. Let's talk about the breed, shall we? So Sam and I whittled it down to a couple of breeds that we like, but the Old English Mastiff just really took Sam. He really, really wanted one. Their temperament and their just overall behaviour was something that we were really looking into and something that we really liked. But primarily we wanted a dog that was good with other animals, particularly a dog that would be good with the same sex, because some of the giant or larger breed dogs aren't good with other dogs of the same sex. And we wanted a dog that would be good with children. I'm not saying we're planning on having kids anytime soon, but it's definitely on the table. It's something that we're talking about and something that we're thinking about. So we wanted a dog that was good with kids as well. And honestly, from what we've seen so far, he's been pretty good with kids. He doesn't really seem to care, not gonna lie. So I guess I should probably talk about why we got a puppy instead of adopting an older dog. When we spoke to the Old English Mastiff Association, we explained our situation. We told them that we already had a cat, we have a tortoise, we are planning on having a child in the near future, and we just discussed it with them basically. I have a lot of dog experience. I've worked with dogs in the past, I've owned dogs. Sam has decent dog experience. He has his own Labrador you've seen in the past. So getting a giant breed wasn't scary or intimidating for us at all. We sort of knew what we were getting ourselves into, but we were concerned about Penny, and we were concerned about any children that we may have in the near future. And after discussing this with the lady, we decided that we would feel more comfortable getting a puppy as opposed to rehoming an older dog. These dogs are giants. Literally, they will weigh more than Sam. So we really wanted to start from day 1 with the training. We really wanted to get him walking to heel. We wanted to get those training drills in. We wanted to pen train him. He's been wonderful. And we just really wanted to hit the ground running with this dog, because the last thing we want, the last thing any good dog owner would want, is a destructive animal that they, in a few years' time, would unfortunately have to rehome because they can't control them. And I will admit to you now, I am letting him be a bit naughty right now. We've had a bit of a play outside. We've just come back from a walk. He is a little bit tired, and usually I wouldn't let him chew my hands as much, but he's fine. As far as training him is going, oh, excuse you. You throw your toy on the floor and then you're throwing a hissy fit because you threw your toy on the floor and then it's my problem, is it? Okay. And again. When we first brought him home, we realised immediately that he'd been around dogs his entire life since he was a puppy. Like I said, this woman had just a house full of these dogs. But what we quickly realised was that he hadn't been around a lot of people. And a giant dog who's anxious around people, that's just a recipe for disaster. So we've had guests over both weekends that we've had him. We plan on taking him out again this coming weekend just to sort of get him used to being around people. He's definitely a little bit stubborn when it comes to training. He is getting it, but I think he just kicks off, or he expects to be given treats. It got to a point where we taught him sit, but he would only sit if we had a treat in our hands, so we had to alternate it, giving him treats. He didn't like that. He was very sassy about that. Right, sit. Down. Oh, grumpy boy! So that's something we need to work a little bit more on. But again, we've barely had him 2 weeks, so I'm not really too fussed about how good he sits as long as he sits. We puppy proofed this room before we got him. We got loads of cable ties, and like I said, we got the pen for him, so we've set up an area where he can be. But as far as ripping or destroying anything goes, he's only really interested in his toys. We've told him he's not allowed in the bedroom, and he seems to keep to that rule. You can see him sometimes if the bedroom door is open, he'll look, like he'll just sort of stare into the bedroom, but he won't cross that threshold, which is quite funny to watch. We have a play with him in the morning, we give him his breakfast, we let him back out again for like a little toilet break and whatnot. Then he literally comes back up here and just falls asleep. I will insert a clip now. Let's go for a walk, hey? Go on, it's first thing in the morning. Let's get you out for a walkies. Yeah? Come on. Come on, let's go for a walk. So yeah, you can see how lazy he is. And we have also been warned that as he gets older, he will just get more and more lazy. But all in all, he has been a really, really good puppy. He's really chill for a puppy. The accidents he's had have been absolutely minimal, if any. And overall, he's just been a really, really good boy. He's just been so good. He's just a really good boy, guys, okay? He's just so good. So yeah, that was Thorn, our English Mastiff puppy. We love him, he's so lovely. So you'll see him a lot more in the background of my vlogs, like you do with Penny and Leaf. And yeah. Until I decide whatever the heck I'm gonna produce for my next video, take care of yourselves. Bye!